SOH Radio presents AsiaCast, keeping you across the top headlines from Asia and the world.
I'm Ben Smith with AsiaCast. In this bulletin, a Chinese rights group says 1 million activists are still locked up in China. India warned about letting Commonwealth Games preparation slip, and Israeli court rules against Chinese embassy's interference in art exhibition. But first, here's our SOH focus on China. A report from a Chinese rights group claims that 1 million human rights activists are still in detention following security increases around China's National Day. In the weeks running up to the October 1 holiday, local authorities across China targeted any persons considered to be unstable factors in an effort to ensure social stability. Many dissidents, religious followers and human rights activists were detained or put under house arrest during this time. The Chinese Human Rights Defenders website, where the report was published, stated that it was not possible to verify the number of detained activists. Read the Epoch Times for more on this. Concern is growing for the well-being of an aging couple in Inner Mongolia who face jail because of their spiritual faith. Amnesty International has launched an urgent action appeal for Yan Dongfei and her husband Qiao Yongfeng, who are both Falun Gong practitioners. The couple, who are both 60, have been held at a detention centre in the city of Hot Hot since June 8. It was not until July 5 they were formally arrested under a vaguely defined law used to target spiritual groups outside of the regime's control. The couple maintain their innocence. Their lawyers say Qiao has been tortured, and the procurate has twice sent their case back to the police for lack of evidence. And now for the rest of today's AsiaCast. Vladimir Putin is visiting Russia as Russia's Prime Minister for the first time and is scheduled to sign a number of trade agreements tightening political ties between Beijing and Moscow. Putin will hold talks with his Chinese counterpart Wen Jiabao and President Hu Jintao, as well as attend a summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a regional security group involving 6 Central Asian states. During Putin's 3-day visit, which began on Monday, the two nations are also expected to coordinate international diplomacy, especially on nuclear issues involving Iran and North Korea. Both are permanent members of the UN Security Council.
You are listening to AsiaCast on the SOH Radio Network.
The Commonwealth Games Federation has voiced concerns over India's readiness to host the 2010 Games. The Federation's chief, Mike Fennell, said he thought Delhi could still host a great event, but warned that time was organisers' enemy. Many facilities being built for the event have missed deadlines. Mr. Fennell said there could be no more slippages. International experts are to be brought in to assist the Indians in areas such as logistics, ticketing and operations. Suresh Kalmadi, organising committee chairman for the event, insisted India was up to the task. NTD-TV has reported that an Israeli court has ruled that Tel Aviv University was wrong to bow to pressure from the Chinese embassy when it halted an art exhibition that raised awareness about the persecution of the Falun Gong spiritual practice by the Chinese regime. The Truthfulness, Compassion, Tolerance art exhibition, named after Falun Gong's core principles, gives light to both the suffering and hope felt by the artists' brethren in China. One such exhibition was held at Israel's Tel Aviv University in March 2008, but a day after the Chinese embassy's cultural attaché visited the dean's office, and a week before the exhibition's planned end date, the university shut it down. Under the court ruling, the university will host the exhibition for another week. 7 years on from the Bali bombings that left 88 Australians dead, mourners gathered at a memorial in Sydney's Coogee suburb on Monday. The bombings hit the 2 nightclubs almost simultaneously. The main blast blew a hole in the ground of the Sari Club, and windows within an almost 500-metre radius were shattered. Michael James, who survived the attack, told NTD-TV he was told he was lucky, but that was not, nor ever would be, his feeling. He said he thought all Australians died a little that night. A total of 202 citizens of Britain, France, Sweden and Germany and Indonesia also died in the attacks. This is Ben Smith for the SOH Radio Network.
AsiaCast, keeping you across the top headlines from Asia and the world.